Okay, everyone. Hi. I just wanted to do a quick castle tour. Well, it's not going to be quick, but I wanted to do a castle tour because I'm a little nervous about something happening to the server. There's not too many people on the server anymore, and I'm quite proud of my little castle I've built here. It's not one of those big, ginormous builds, but it is one of my favorite builds I've ever done. It's just a quaint little castle. So let's get into it. So this is, I won't do my flyover right now, but this is my castle right here. I'm located here on the map. So right here in Silverlight. This is actually my first like really in-depth build I've done in Silverlight that I really like. So starting off really weak, LOL, at the front gates. So I did have like a sophisticated build here and it actually glitched out. So I think I broke something and I can't take my stairs down anymore to fix it, but I had some planters here. You can see them kind of poking out, and I can't pick up the planters, so I can't pick up the stairs. It's kind of a whole fiasco, but so I'm stuck with literally just blank stairs because I can't put posts, I can't put anything, but I have the ebonite stairs, and then you come up to my front gates and you're met with my planters. I put these long planters, and then if you put the planting plots under them, you can just put flowers or whatever you want wherever. So yeah, this is my front gates. I have some, I think these are the gloomy saplings here. This is my front courtyard. Again, I wanted like a really quaint, like kind of like almost like retreat, luxury, rich house in the hills type. I had like a really sophisticated idea coming into this, okay? I had like a whole vision. So this is my sculpture here. I did have some banshees up here. Unfortunately, somebody did come and I guess slay them. You can see one actually up here on the balcony. But this is my art. This is my courtyard. I have some flowers up here for people to come and harvest. A little bit of everything, some sunflowers, some bleeding hearts, just some of the basics. Again, I really like the shape of the gloomy saplings. I think that's what these are. If I'm wrong, you guys, I'm sorry, but I like the shape of the ones with the mushrooms that bloom, that builds, you know what I'm saying. I like the shape of these. So I want to go in my main entrance. So this is my main entrance right here. You can't really see, but here I have some banisters up at the top. I have the antler light fixture, window. These are my front doors. So I really wanted to kind of just like almost like a, this makes me think of Vikings for some reason, right here. But I wanted just like a, almost like a carved out sort of entrance. So this is my entryway. I always leave my gates open because I like people to come in and look at my castle. Because I'm in PVE, so they can't do anything to my castle. To my right, my castle, when you first come in, you have like my throne room. I haven't beat Dracula yet, but like I said, I'm just nervous about the server going down soon. So I wanted to go ahead and show it while I could. Here is my throne room. I have my throne with a bunch of just, you know, roses around it. I have my little eyes around it as well because I feel like these are very like imperial type tools, like only the ruler uses them, so they go in here obviously. And then I like to use my imagination and I like to pretend like these were like the rulers before me or something. And then this is like a sacrifice box. Like if you come in, you have to like put a sacrifice in the box. Here I have just a quaint little waiting area. I really like this area a lot. I think it's really cute. It looks like the vibe I was going for, which again was like cozy kind of house in the hills, like castle in the hills. Very like warm retreat away from the main castle, if that makes sense. I have a very large plot in my head. Here I have my family placard, clearly, and again another bench, just in case those benches are full. And here I have my music box. If you look really closely, you'll see I actually have a light fixture in it, so just a thought to add some dimension to the light fixture. It also makes it glow very nicely. So yes, this is actually my favorite song. This one. This is my favorite song, so we can play it. Should I show you my teleporters now? I guess so. I mean, I'll go to the red room, the red teleporter now, because I have no other way of getting to this room. This just takes you to my prison area. So this is all my prisoners. The only 100 I'm missing is the 100% creature, Draculan, and rogue, I believe. So this is my prison. Again, even though it is PVE, I just leave it like this. Because I leave stuff like in their cells, and this keeps it from, you know, people coming in. And again, I don't use the cooler, the fish cooler, or I use the blood storage, I will say. I do use the blood storage, but I don't use the fish cooler. I just keep everything in here. I think I put on the wrong song. I don't think this is my favorite one. We'll go back and look in just a second. But yeah. This was my favorite find. These are my favorite, like, NPC characters. I think they're so cute. The little nun. She's so cute. But this is just my prison. Very basic setup. I have a little, what would you call this, patio, so I can hop down and then hop into my backyard, which you'll see in a minute. There's banshees down here, so it's actually kind of a death trap, but it's okay. So going back here, I keep all of my coinage, and yeah. Oh, this is my favorite. I love this one. What's your favorite song, guys? Let me know. I really like this one. It reminds me of a Witcher song. So coming through here is my main hosting area. So I keep all of my blood types here. So I have all my blood potions that I made here, as well as like a nice little seating area. I keep the walkway open just so I can go back and forth. And I put empty bottles and stuff in there. But this is kind of like a dining. I'm hesitant to call it a dining area. I don't know why. And I'm still kind of unhappy with it. But it is what it is at this point. So I often think about just leaving the 2 chairs and taking up these 2. But there's 4 of us in my clan, so I like to have a seat for everybody. Oh, all my servants are back. But this is my servants' room. They are allowed to run around the castle. I mean, normally I have the door open. It's just closed for some reason. This is their area. So they have a nice little area. Their coffins. They have a seating area. They have a jewelry area. I have their chair pulled back just out of the way of the door. And then travel bags. The travel bags absolutely need to be a fixture that you can put down. These are like the best decoration ever. So I always, when I move, I leave the travel bags because I think they're so cute. And yeah, this is my servants' quarters. Again, they have a little way to get outside if I leave their door open. I love the flap, the hatches. These windows are actually my favorite. It's just a shame that you burn if you stand in front of them. It really sucks, but I do love the window hatches. I think they're so cute. So coming past the dining area, you have maybe let's leave them in there. Hold on, you guys. Maybe let's not release them while I'm doing a castle tour. Okay, we've got the babies in the daycare. They're gonna stay in there just for now. This is my workshop. I like to keep it very simple. This is almost always kind of my setup. I typically have 2 grinders, at the most 3 sawmills. And then I just keep it like this, very simple. My working bench, and then this, I normally have all of my stuff like this in here, overflow. These kind of always are there. I love this chest. This is from the Halloween they did a few years ago. And then this I actually solely use just for stone and stuff. And then walking kind of down here, I like to use this wallpaper so I can kind of like have like shelves and drawers, even though it's just wallpaper. It's not functional. I like the look of it, and I think it's really cute. So, and then this is actually also the Halloween wallpaper, I believe. It always, to me, screams workshop. I don't know what it is. It's just so cute. And then here, I put all of our materials. So in here is more of like the forage stuff. So I put like the forage stuff in here typically that I have to make in my forage. And then opposed to that is just woodworking stuff. And then the stone, like I said, actually goes in the other chest. The gears are in here because there's typically a lot. So I keep them right in between my forage, so that way I have easy access. No door. I just think it looks cleaner without a door personally. At least in this build. I think it looks better without a door. This is my forge. So I've got 2 furnaces. I've got my forge, anvil, weaponry. I'm really good. I don't hoard a bunch of weapons. You know, as I get better weapons, I give them to my servants and get rid of the blue ones. I just don't keep a bunch of them. I have a rug right here down the middle, and then really in here I keep decoration very minimal typically, because I can't help but think of the practicality of like in a real forge. How much of a fire hazard is it to have like a bunch of cloth hanging all over your wall? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna burn this castle down. So I always struggle with putting it on the wall. I don't know. I'm so boring. But I did do it this time because it just looks so pretty in this build that I did. It just gives like cozy castle in the woods vibes. So, and then this I imagine are like placards from like being a forge master or something. I don't know. I like make up a whole storyline in my head. And then even though I don't use this, I always have it here, you know. I actually use it as storage clearly, but and then my jeweler room is always I always have it attached to my forge. I have tried moving it, and it just does not make sense to me to move my jeweler room across my castle, because I find it frustrating. I find it to be a waste of a teleporter, to have to put a teleporter just to get to my jewelry making room. And you know, at the end of the day, this is typically how big my jewelry making room always is. Literally, it's always 2 by 2. So I like this. I like this vibe. It's a very cozy, like almost like witchy, crafty goblin, which I am in real life. I'm a very crafty person, and I feel like crafty people generally, I'm generalizing here, but if you're crafty, you know, like typically when you're in the zone, stuff is just kind of like everywhere all the time. So having like a little tight room like this, it's very homely to me. So this is my craft room. See, it just makes sense. This is my jewel crafting room. I did make it kind of like, I guess, rainbow theme, but more or less it's just like a nod to the jewels that you'll inevitably get, like, you know, the different colors, like you get all the different types. So I've got the red, green, blue, and purple. The same with the lights, red, green, blue, and purple. I really love how this room came out. It's so nice. And then I put the black on the floor just for a little bit of darkness and depth to keep it kind of like part of the forge. Like it feels like it's part of the forge. Do you know what I'm saying? So I really like that. And then I used a prison wall here to keep it just that one more extra layer of part of the forge. So I really love this room a lot. The little rooms like that just really get me. This is probably my favorite room in the castle, honestly. This is my library. I enjoy it because let's come in this way. So again, coming in from like the entryway, you have the dining area, and opposed to going through my crafting area, like my craft rooms, here you have my castle heart, which I keep a gate there, and then you have like this nice little seating area. It took me forever to figure out what to do with this weird 1 by 2 square area. So this is like the best that I came up with. Just some bookshelves and a couch. If it still feels really not my fave, but it is, you know, it's what we came up with. So this is the kind of like the wait outside to talk to the professor area, I guess. And then you come in and you are in the library, which is just like, again, very up my alley, hot mess kind of like. It's like a hot mess to some people, but when it's your mess, you know where everything is. So it's very homely. So I have the research desk here at the end of the study, which makes perfect sense. Like, you're studying, oh, let me refer back to my research desk. Okay, let me look here. Okay, let me look here. See, I've got the whole plot in my head. Some bookshelves, and then guys, I never know how to say this. Antonym, whatever. I feel like Nemo when he's like an enemy. I don't know how to say it, and I'm not gonna try. The bookshelves, all my bookshelves are full pretty much for the most part. I'm really like running out of room. And yes, I know there are bigger bookshelves, but they don't fit into the aesthetic of the room. They just don't fit. So I use the smaller ones. And yeah, this is really, again, I really like how this little area came out. It's like one of the first established decorative areas I made. My little devourer area, I just think it came out so cute. I have my devourer and then like a beautiful painting. I don't know, it just came out well. So I really like this area a lot. Give you like a good look. I did use all the cloth on the walls, some paintings. I love the paintings I used here. I used like the really regal one over the study because it looks into my backyard garden, which I'll show you here in a second. I used the carved wallpaper here to really complement the center focus of the room. And then here's my paper press, which is kind of like a second thought to the library. So I just kind of like have it off on its own where you would head up to the rest of the refining rooms. So I just really love how this room came out. At the end of these, I have like little desks. I did have chairs here, but I kind of found them to be a pain to maneuver around. So it doesn't look bad actually without the chairs. It looks just like storage tables. So I leave them, you know, out of the way. Back here is my garden. So this is my pink garden. As much as I really have grown to love pink in my adult life, I never do pink in my castles on here. I don't know why. So I was like, I'm making my garden pink and I'm sticking to it. And so I did. I made my whole entire backyard pink. I have a chest set here. I have all of my bleeding heart flowers. I have any lights back here are pink except for these two. And I think they add a very beautiful contrast. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking, I also have these on the quarters. They just add a good contrast. Those very few, they really just add that good pop of contrast. But I have all the pink everywhere, pink lovely. Even like if you look up, I can't unfortunately fly around in here because there's a roof. But if you look up where my cursor is, you can kind of see like how I have like the lights up there, and then I have the doors open, but really it's supposed to be more like the big window panes, and they're like window panes that are open. So that is my backyard garden, and I put all of these little gates, and then I have banshees haunting my backyard because they're so beautiful. I would do anything to have like a banshee dress. Like if we can have this dress in the game, the what's her name, you guys, Maja dress, they can absolutely give us a banshee dress. Like, they're my favorite. I love them. So again, just some benches and lots of flowers and a set of chess to play chess back here. And then the most important thing, obviously, is my teleporter. I have a teleporter back here. Oh yeah, look, when I was leaving, I actually accidentally changed the color of that. So around my teleporter, I do have a gravel path just to help it stand out that much more, because I do use the rough ground. I like this grass growing through. Just makes it look a little bit more rustic, a little bit more gardeny. So yes, I do love that. I just love this. I really, really, really love how this backyard area came out. I really do. I was going for it to be like a, um, almost like a greenhouse. Yeah, like a greenhouse. So I love my greenhouse. It's very cute. A greenhouse right off of the library. It's perfect. So now we could use the stairs, but I do have this blue teleporter. The teleporter takes me to our alchemy lab, but I'll now show you. We'll go up the stairs because that's where we're heading next. So heading up the stairs, you have 2 rooms. You're met with this kind of like area, you know. You have a balcony here with a banshee. So we're not going to spend very much time out there, but this is a beautiful little balcony I have. I have an orange and a blue light, and then some fire flowers and snow flowers. And then I have a chest set and whatnot out here. I can go out there, but she's just going to beat me up, and I don't want to fight her. I enjoy my banshee. She is a fixture of my castle. So this is my tailory. It has a very practical setup. It's not really super fancy. 2 looms, a leathery. I always say leathery, you guys, but it's a tannery. And then my tailoring bench, leather working station, armor, and then okay. So here is my like cloth stuff, and then here's my leather stuff. Is how I keep everything organized. So yeah, that's pretty much my tailor area. And then here I was actually growing my ghost rooms for a while, but I did end up moving them because I got I just got too full. So here I have yet another gloomy sapling. So yes, I just like how they grow. They grow and they add a lot of texture because they're not just like a straight shot. They just grow beautifully. This is my second favorite room. I absolutely love how my alchemy lab came out. This is probably the biggest alchemy lab I've ever built, believe it or not. I see people who build huge alchemy labs. This is the biggest one I've ever built. So I have my alchemy table. I really, really need to build more alchemy storage. I'm really, really running. I have no alchemy storage, if I'm being honest with you, like none. But I have my vermin nest. I've got some decor around it just to make it look more like what is that scary contraption that you're working on over there. And then I've got my little mushroom terrarium, some notes that I write down as I'm studying my mushrooms growing, some taxidermy I made, of course, and then back here is all my blood magic stuff, a mirror for scrying, of course, and then my advanced blood press. I really love this area, how this whole area came out. I like the contrast in color. You have a nice rich green. A lot of this is from like the Gloomville kind of vibe, and then you can completely move your camera and have like, you know, a nice just solid red saturation, which I really, really love. And then I have my summoning circle, again, just like similar to my teleporter. I have it highlighted with a path. I didn't use a gravel path, but I did use a path, and I used corners. I used the corners particularly because, as you'll notice here, I have these lights, or rather braziers, I think, is that what they are? Yeah. So the braziers, and I just think it makes it look a little bit more like summon-y, like I'm actually summoning something. So I really, really enjoy these. And I think the rats just, you know, they're just ratting around. So I really like them. And then my herb storage is here because connected to my alchemy lab. Unfortunately, it's daytime, but this is my garden. So I have my garden right on top of my alchemy lab because, you know, we all use all our flowers and stuff right alongside all of our alchemy stuff. So I have all of my flowers right here. I also, as you'll see, have my soul shards up here. I think they look really nice when they're planted. here in the flowers. I have them planted amongst the flowers. I'm not really sure why I'm missing 2 snow flowers here. I just noticed that. I guess maybe I need to plant 2 more. I'm pretty sure I even have some seeds, but this patch of flowers is always open. I keep my doors open, like I said, so people can come in and harvest flowers. And all I'm missing is my Dracula pedestal. That's going to go down there in the middle, though, of those flowers, the bleeding hearts. But yeah, this is my garden up here. And then just to be a little bit more realistic and practical, I keep my mushrooms inside of here in a little mushroom terrarium. So I have my ghost shrooms and my hell spores. Is that what they are? I always forget what the red ones are. Yeah, but you get the gist. I keep them inside, kind of like in a more of like an incubated sort of vibe. You can look down here. It's just like an Easter egg for people who come in and they're poking through my castle. You can look down and see into my prison, but you have no way of actually getting in there. So I don't know. I just like that. And then, yeah, so from here, you can actually jump down and get right back into the alchemy lab. Or this also just leads you straight to my dwelling, my coffin area. So this area, which is just quite literally my bedroom. That's the only functionality of this room. I have this setup where I can get ready in privacy, and I really like these little, I love these vanities. I think they're so cute. Normally I have one here and one here, but I think when I built these, I didn't have enough supplies for the other one, and I never built the other one. I just think they're cute. I always have those everywhere. And then I added the corners to the room because I think it looks extra cutie. This is a sitting area, which I just really love. I think it looks so nice. The red walls look really good with this nice like clay tile. This is the only place in the house that I used the clay tile, which was on the 3rd floor. I really liked it. This is actually normally my favorite tile to use, but I was like, I have to do something different. I also like to use the wood that's throughout my house, but I really enjoy using the tile. I think it looks very like terracotta vibe, and terracotta wouldn't match like a cabin in the woods vibe, so I had to put it somewhere. This is obviously my coffin, and then out here, this is kind of like more of a landing pad. So when I'm like flying in bat form and I want to fly straight to my room or my coffin, I can just land here. I added the trees just for fun. But also here at the very end, I have a gargoyle kind of reaching down and guarding my castle. So it's just protection, because gargoyles are believed to protect castles from evil spirits. So I really like that. And then I also can jump into my backyard from here, so I really like that. I can jump down there and jump into my teleporting area, and then finally I can also go out here. I have like a little, this is literally just kind of like an Easter eggy type thing. This is just, I can jump out right here and fly off, but this is just simply like a spooky little die that I made. So I have that area, and then this looks like a coin storage, but it's just a farce. It's not real. So, and yeah, this is my main stairs to get up here, which you didn't get to see because we came in the other way. Something I like about my castle is it's kind of confusing. Like, for a while, it took me a while to kind of like maneuver and get around my castle and figure out like, okay, how do I get here? Okay, how do I get here? But yeah, I really like my castle. This is one more little seating area for you guys. A nice green area. Got some paintings on the wall, bookshelves, painting, mirror, clock, a bust. Yeah, I really liked this area. It's just such a nice like vibe, you know. And then we've got some important documents around the table. Terrarium. I think I really liked how the green complemented the green. And I didn't want to shove it over there because there was already so much stuff over there, so I kept it there. But yeah, now we can just go back down. Actually, what I'll show you, that so you can see that's my library. But if you just continue down these stairs, which this is like the monster, this actually will lead you to the dining area. So you're back at the front of the castle. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope as you were looking at my castle, you got some ideas, or maybe you saw something, even just one thing, and you're like, wow, I never thought to do that. Or even like I said, because my castle isn't like a mega build, you know, like maybe I gave you some ideas on like a nice, smaller, more palatable, tolerable build. I feel like sometimes it can be so daunting to think about doing a build because we see these huge, ginormous castles these people make, and we're like, oh my gosh, like I could never. But you don't have to build a big castle to have a beautiful castle, you know? So just doing a fly around, this is the best part in my opinion. People were laughing at me because I was saying that, but I was like so serious. I was like, no, I'm dead serious. Like the flyover is sometimes the best part. My flyover kind of falls flat because my castle doesn't have a whole lot of dimension, but it is colorful, I will say. I feel like my castle's pretty colorful. So you can see my nice, beautiful garden. The front is just beautiful. I have to say, I love my castle personally. The sides, the back of my castle, I love how the my courtyard looks in the back. You can see all my nice, beautiful windows. See, this is what I was kind of referring to. All of my window panes. I think they're just so beautiful. My jeweler room, look at the magical rainbow windows. Yeah, guys. And see, like, look at my little gargoyle up there. See, this is the stuff I think about when I build. Like, is that so crazy? Like, I think about that. Like, how's this gonna look in the flyover? Like, he looks cool. Like, he looks like he's casting a spell. Like, let this castle be protected. Like, you know. How did I get so close down? I don't know how I did that, but. And then my neighbors, like, they're just like, no offense, but they're like falling flat. Like, they've got to pump it up because I'm just staring at some blank walls. And then over here again, some more. There's some more right there. But yeah, I'm just really, really obsessed. I love this castle. I hope you love it too. If you have any questions, or I guess if you have any feedback, concerns, comments, anything like that, let me know. But if I get to beat Drac and I get the throne, I will at the very least I'll update my thumbnail so that my thumbnail, my video, is like me sitting on the throne. So if you don't get to see it in the video but you see it in my thumbnail, that's what that's about. I just didn't have it yet. There's nothing above this room, so I'm like ready for that throne. I just need to get the throne. I just haven't gotten there yet. But that's all, you guys. Yeah. Cool. Let me know what you thought, and thanks for watching. Bye.